Loud gunfire, schools on temporary lockdown, helicopters flying over by air, but what looked like a dangerous situation all turned out to actually just be a drill. Residents living on the south side of Houston said that training drill certainly took them by surprise.
They had plenty of questions, and so did we. Eyewitness News reporter Kevin Quinn went looking for answers and is live now with what he found out. Kevin?
Hey, Eric, we now know this was an operation involving the U.S. Army Special Operations Command, HPD, and other agencies. They won't tell us exactly what they were doing here, only that they were doing a training exercise to help prepare them for exposure to an unfamiliar urban environment. The Army says it regrets any concern it caused folks living nearby. If you didn't know better, you'd have thought yesterday that something at the old Carnegie Vanguard School was horribly wrong. Unmarked helicopters flying low, men in camouflage with guns, and gunfire, or what sounded like it, eyewitnesses say, lots of gunfire.
We didn't know, so we all ran and hid, because it sounded like the world was coming to an end.
Yvette Cabot says she's a heart patient that cowering in a bathtub out of fear that she'd be shot didn't do much for her well-being.
That was horrible. They should have forewarned us, number one.
Houston Councilwoman Wanda Adams agrees. The exercise was in her district, and even she wasn't warned.
They should have notified us to let us know something on this magnitude. They should have let somebody know.
The Houston Fire Department wasn't told. It responded to all the radio traffic about shots being fired. Even the mayor's office says it was not notified, even though there have been reports of other police and military training exercises around the country. The Houston Police Department refused to talk on camera, instead issuing a statement that reads in part, quote, "We apologize for the lack of communication ahead of time." The department admits local leaders were not notified prior to the exercise. Both police and an Army representative tell us that they feared notifying folks ahead of time could cause panic. They also say they were trying to keep curious onlookers away. Publicizing the training beforehand, they felt, could only attract attention. Tell that, however, to folks living here who now struggle with how they will react next time. The next time they see men running around with guns, not knowing if they are friend or foe.
Yeah, an interesting side note here, the school, the campus is still owned by HISD. It says it gave permission to the Army, the federal government, to use this facility. And even though it did that, apparently some schools nearby were not notified of this training exercise in advance either. And those schools, for a short period of the school day, were also on lockdown. Coming up tonight on Eyewitness News at 6, how this incident already has caught the attention of at least one